Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Now, these words played over and over and over in my sleep last night. I would say it interrupted my sleep. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, no ruler, still provide meat in the summer and gather food in the harvest. It goes on to say that if you defer to a government, if you bow down to a monarchy, if you listen or defer to a boss, an overseer, you have generated poverty within your land, within a part of your body, in your mindscape. You have provided a place for poverty, okay? And part of poverty is slavery. Part of slavery is the prison system, okay? All line up with each other. Everything begets something, okay? I would ask you, if you care to, you can read this entire Proverbs 6 and, see if you can get anything from it. I am in no way, shape, no form religiously affiliated, but there are some things that are written in these history books, these ancient books, these books that they said were found in the catacombs, the books that were found, they were put somewhere to be found, to be discovered, and then they had to be translated. You don't know if the translation is correct. You have to go by the people who claim they can speak one language and interpret another language from the language of the original writing. You have to go with that, but be that as it may, go to the ant. Now, the ant kingdom is the biggest life form on the earth. I don't know if you ever considered that yet, but ants, A-N-T-S, ants, that scurry around, and if you have food left out, if you go to a picnic, ants, that is the biggest life form, species on the earth. And they're not only on the surface, they are all over. All over. You can dig a hole and you'll find ants in combs, like almost like bees have honeycombs. You will find that there are ants in almost every part of every step you take, every inch of land. There are ants. They are the most that you will find on the earth. And then you see that there's some writing that would tell you to look at the ant. How much can they lift over their body weight? They can lift hundreds of times over their body weight, okay? So they know something about, like, some sort of technology where they can lighten a load. There's talk about that in the book, this book that I'm looking at, different books that I look at that they have these kind of things in there that, your scientists are now trying to figure out who built the pyramids and how did they lift those heavy slabs. Maybe you can ask the ant. Maybe you can ask the ant. We know now of waves, that wave forms and sound technology, all kinds of tech, even the way that I'm communicating with you now, and like my tongue clicks the top of my upper jaw and I push air through, and the way you move your tongue and put your tongue flat or make it turn a little bit, words sound differently, but it's all sound technology. It's a technology, but we call it language, and you can call it language, but it's clicking. I'm clicking, but you understand what the clicks are saying coming out of my mouth. It's a click, okay? And like I said, go to the ant was in my sleep. It interrupted my sleep. How dare you interrupt my sleep? It interrupted my sleep. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. It's interesting that they made this particular part of this proverb feminine, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest, outside of being self-governed. You would probably find yourself asleep or a sluggard, okay, if you're not self-governed. And that's how I took this whole paragraph and this whole proverb. Self-governance, okay? You have to turn into your inward. You have to look inward. And if you're looking outside yourself for someone to make you happy, for someone to give you food, except a baby. I'm not talking about a baby. I'm talking about an adult. If you're looking outside yourself for anyone to do anything for you, you have subjugated yourself to poverty. And poverty begets slavery. And slavery begets the prison system and then all other systems, wars and everything else. Even the holy books probably stem from being poor and people, trying to assert themselves, take what someone else has. And this proverb talks about lying and it being an abomination to God, to your God, allowing a lying tongue, a proud look, hands that shed innocent blood. It's a very, very powerful proverb, okay? I don't usually dream from the Bible. I dream every night and I have a very active imagination, but this interrupted my sleep, okay? Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise. This is Sherry Veronica.